Meet Theia, a better decentralized token bridge. If PolkaDex is designed to be a DEX that feels like a CEX, Theia is the underlying decentralized technology that makes deposits and withdrawals to and from PolkaDex feel like they do in a CEX. So what is Theia protocol? Well, PolkaDex have tweeted this not too long ago. In fact, it was just a number of days ago, and they're saying that Theia is a protocol that will allow users to trade Ethereum tokens on PolkaDex's order book, which is awesome because this means that we're going to see the same thing that we've seen with Moonriver. Moonriver has brought a lot of DEXs over from Ethereum to Moonriver network, which means they're now compatible with the Kusama ecosystem. However, there is that limitation there because you cannot actually bring Kusama assets over unless you're using a bridge, right? So whereas with this, with PolkaDex, you'll be able to trade Ethereum tokens on PolkaDex against Polkadot and Kusama tokens, which is awesome, right? Think about it. You'll be able to do that swap between the two different blockchains within the same DEX. So obviously you're going to need to have two different wallets. So that's pretty cool. Now, of course, with Moonriver, you can bring some of these assets from Kusama over to Moonriver network, but you need to create a tokenized version of that asset. Whereas with PolkaDex, you will be able to use that same native asset over from Kusama. So for example, the KSM coin, because it is a coin at the end of the day from the Kusama relay chain, will be tradable with Ethereum from the Ethereum blockchain. So that's awesome, the fact that they're doing this. And so I'm not going to go into all the technical details in this, but they're saying that Theia is run by existing PolkaDex network validators who act as a decentralized group of relayers, and therefore Theia bridges have no central point of attack as they are as decentralized as the PolkaDex network itself. Okay, so that is pretty cool here because it gives us that extra layer of security. And then of course they're also saying here decentralized, unlike a decentralized bridges based on on-chain multi-sig implementations, Theia is safer, cheaper to use, and yields a superior performance. And if you want to dig deeper into this, there was a white paper written here explaining the technical details with regards to how Theia works. So PolkaDex are once again continuing to develop and progress with their DEX ahead of actually becoming a parachain on Polkadot. And then once they will be a parachain on Polkadot, then we will see the whole thing flourish, in my opinion. Of course, we need the whole DEX live. Then there are going to be a lot of people that are going to be using it, I believe, because it has an order book, and having an order book makes things more user friendly, especially if the design is going to be as slick as it looks in these images, right? So yeah, definitely something bullish there for PolkaDex. We'll keep an eye out on that. But next I want to talk about Altair here in today's video. So Altair have announced that the NFT playground is almost here. They were supposed to launch it at the end of March, and I think there was a little bit of a delay. So hopefully we're going to see it very soon now. But apparently you can already try it out on Talisman. But of course, in order to do that, you need to hold that. So that's how it pretty much works. I have done a video looking at Talisman. Now, it wasn't an end-to-end tutorial, but it was more of an overview going through the different options that are available. So do check that out at the end of this video if you are interested to find out how to use Talisman and the user friendliness of Talisman as well. However, like I said, there are some restrictions in the sense of the NFTs, in that you need that spirit key as an NFT on Singular in order to be able to access a lot of those assets. Okay, and when I mean access, I mean to actually view them. Next, let's look at Centrifuge here. So as we can see, we've got an update now from Cassidy from the Centrifuge team saying that the parachain launch process is expected to begin on April 4th. And this delay is due to an update that was just released to Party Signer that needs additional testing. And so basically we're going to need about 2 or 3 days after the migration in order for transfers to be enabled. You see, it even says it here. Note that with the proposed approach, we'll not be able to enable transfers until 2-3 days after the migration. Okay, so that's the part of the launch process, but this is the update here. Okay, so that's how that's going to be. Now, I am looking forward to seeing the launch, of course, but the question then comes, what will actually happen to the price? Okay, because as you know, the price hasn't been doing too great for Centrifuge. It's definitely done better than Altair. We'll look at the prices for all three now, for Altair, Centrifuge, and also for PolkaDex. But let's get straight in, and we'll kick it off with PolkaDex first. Now, I'm not going to look at the chart or anything. I'll just talk a little bit about this. So PolkaDex is currently at 545 on average across all the different exchanges. Unfortunately, as you know, we did dump to like 450, I think it was, or 440, which was quite a dip. But it is slowly recovering. However, keep in mind that the circulating supply has increased here. It's not 2 million as it used to be back in the day when the price used to be $20-something. It's now almost 6 million, okay, so quite a lot more in circulation. That's something to keep in mind as well. And once they will become a parachain, we can expect more PDEX to go into circulation, of course, as more gets released, also for those that contribute to the crowd loan. So we could expect more to be in circulation, and this could influence the price in some way. But of course, it's all relative to the market. If the market does well, then the price is going to do well anyway, right? Even if there's going to be a larger bag in circulation, it's not going to be much larger, at least, right? So next, with regards to Centrifuge, the price is currently sitting at 66 cents here, which is not too bad, but it did go to as high as about 85 cents on KuCoin just 2 days ago, in fact, when we had that nice pop. Now it did pull back quite a bit because there were people selling, of course. As soon as they saw the pop, they're like, we're getting out right now, or we still can, because of that fear, right? When you have this much fear in the market, with the prices dumping so low, there's always going to be sellers taking their profit, getting out straight away, and then it usually picks back up later on, because if we're moving back into the bull run, then the prices will go up. And then of course, people that wanted to get in, but they were too late to it because they're already pumped here, if they waited for this cool off, that's like the perfect opportunity for them. And these kind of cool offs always happen when you have this kind of catalyst here with a massive pump. It never lasts for too long, right? Even if it does go a bit higher, it always comes back crashing. So you always have to be patient when it comes to that. So yeah, could we see Centrifuge back around $2 again like it used to be? Absolutely we can, but it's going to take time. They're going to need to do more integration, so it's not going to happen overnight. We could expect $1 though to happen anytime soon if Bitcoin does well, but just don't expect another 2x from there. That's going to be pretty hard. Now Altair is the one that's not actually picking up, and I think it's mostly because people are waiting for both staking and also for the NFT Studio to launch. And so it's still struggling around 5.4 cents, which is not too bad, but not too great either, considering the listing price, which was just around 30 cents. Although you couldn't really sell that much for 30 cents, nor could you buy that much, but you could have gotten out at like say 24 cents if you wanted to get out, right? Especially those that contributed to the crowd loan and they wanted to sell their unlocked amount. So that was around the price that you could have gotten out at. But now, of course, it dumped quite a lot more since then, right? It's, as you can see here. Yeah, it's the one that didn't actually do too well. If we look at the 7-day chart here, we went to, what did we go to? Not even 6 cents, right? We went to 5.7, right? We went to 5.7 exactly on the first. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. The sell pressure is quite high with Altair because many people have gotten a lot of Altair that they want to sell. People that didn't want to sell at the beginning because they thought maybe the price is going to go back up, and then they got caught in the dip. So there are plenty of bag holders, and don't forget the crowd loan unlocks as well. So there are basically sell opportunities from all sides here. We have to keep that in mind as well. So that's the reason why Altair is not doing as well as Centrifuge, because people that have taken part in those Tin Lake pools, the Tin Lake investors, were getting air tokens for free because they held Centrifuge. And then of course those people that contributed to the crowd loan as well on top of that. So there's basically selling from everywhere with Altair, unless there's going to be a good reason as to why one should hold. If you're just thinking about holding for the long term, many people will not hold for the long term until there's a utility. We have to keep that in mind as well. So I think that once we're going to get the utility for Altair, then the price is going to prove itself and it's going to do its thing. But until then, we're going to have to wait. At least that's my opinion. That's been it from today's short video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave me a comment below and see you in the next video. Bye bye.